Samantha says Bela's a dancing fool.
He dances like an old man.
He got one move.
But he shook it with his blind date.
He's like, can I have this dance, princess?
And it was like a peasant.
Don't be jealous.
Meanwhile, Samantha dated her own Fresh Prince.
Look like a wannabe Will Smith or something.
James can dance. He has the moves.
All I need is one.
Now, will they move ahead together?
Let's all do the Bela. We're doing the Bela.
Or have a change of heart?
Welcome to Change of Heart, the show where couples in crisis get a chance to date someone new. So let's meet our couple. Now, when they met at a nightclub, he was instantly drawn to her belly button chain. So he sort of yanked on it to get her attention, and then he started playing hard to get. But it wasn't long before she got her hands on him and she started doing some yanking of her own. Please welcome Bela Gaskin and Samantha O'Brien. Guys, welcome to the show. Bela, we know you liked your chain, and you were doing that pulling on that thing, but what really hooked you in, though? Tell us about that.
Well, Chris, as you can see, she is the most beautiful woman in the world. She's smart. She takes care of me.
So a nice combination of things. Yeah. Now, Samantha, you guys have been together for almost a year now. Is there anything that Bela hasn't changed since you guys have been together?
He's the cheapest man in the world.
I'm frugal.
Wait,
I'm frugal.
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut for a first date.
It was late. It was late. It was the only thing open.
You at least got
It was the only thing open.
So, Bela, if you're the cheapest guy alive, according to Samantha, what is she?
She is the most jealous person in the world.
I am not jealous.
She's jealous of my friends. She pages me when I'm not around her. She's jealous.
So if you're not in sight, she's worried about you.
You give me a reason to be jealous. Every time we go out, what do? Look at other women. Every single time.
I'm looking at their cars.
You're looking at their headlights.
I'm looking at their cars.
Oh, that's what it is.
Their headlights.
I'm looking at their cars.
Yes,
I like cars. You know I like cars.
Now, wait, let me get from Samantha, though. If he's checking out whatever he's checking out, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like there's something wrong with me. You know what I mean?
Like you're not enough?
Like I'm nothing. If you're with me, you're supposed to paying attention to me,
now,
not
Samantha,
everybody else.
Samantha, how about the times that he is actually focused on you? What's it like then? Does he show how much he cares?
He's so insensitive,
No,
Chris.
The
other day, I had on a skirt, and he had the nerve to tell me my hips were too big for my skirt.
That's because her butt busted a hole in it. Look, she was trying on a skirt, and it busted a hole in it.
Do I look fat? He doesn't even say anything.
No. Now, talk about the way she looks, though. Are you happy to, you said complimentary things.
She all right. She all right. She busted a hole in her skirt.
Other than that,
I did not bust a hole in my skirt.
Now, Samantha, he insults you sometimes. What about the fact that when you need a shoulder to cry on, is he there for you?
No, not at all. Not at all. The other day, I was crying because my little brother lives in Texas and I was missing him.
Me?
And he was laughing at me.
I was laughing at the hole in her skirt.
No, he was laughing
at the hole in your skirt.
You were laughing at me.
Bela, you're not coming off too nice here, but what about Samantha? Is she ever nice to you or nasty?
On her time of the month, she is the most evil person in the world.
I am not evil.
Get away. Between the don't hit me.
Easy.
Between the 18th and the 23rd,
mark the calendar.
I mark the calendar to where I don't have to be around her.
All right, Bela, what about when she's arguing with you?
So nice.
What's she like then?
If I'm right and she wrong, and she know I'm right,
I'm never
whatever.
wrong. I do not. Whatever. I do not. I don't. For real. I'm never wrong. So I mean.
Now wait, Samantha. Let's go back to the fact that you met him at a dance club. Did he have the moves? Is that what you were all impressed with? Was his dancing?
Actually, he dances like an old man. He has the same. And he does
show us what you're talking about.
The whole time he sits there and goes like this.
She got one move herself. She got one move herself. Here you go like this.
Hold on. What? Wait, so that's her moves. At least she's got the booty moving.
She don't even do my move right. She don't even do it right.
Just like that.
All right, Samantha, tell us what keeps you hanging around then with all these situations that you guys have in your relationship.
Well, even though Bela's a jerk at times, I mean, he's always there for me whenever I need him, and he's just a sweet guy, and incredibly humorous, and he's a hottie.
And that's
Definitely a
important,
hottie.
okay. But Samantha, what brought you here today, though, to do these dates and come on the show?
Well, we were thinking about taking our relationship to the next level and moving in together. So I thought this would be a good thing to do so that way we can make sure we don't have any doubts.
All right, well, that's good. And Bela?
Well, she hasn't been in this is her first long relationship. You know, I'm just want to see if she could take care of somebody like me.
Okay, that's fair enough, I guess. Now, next we're going to meet their dates, but first, Mambo 5 is a great new dance, but I think the Bela is a little bit better, so I say let's all do the Bela. Come on, let's get up and do the Bela. We're doing the Bela. Come on. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but... All right, welcome back. We are here with Bela and Samantha. Now, Bela says Samantha's meaner than the Blair Witch at times, and that she's more jealous than Glenn Close in Fatal Attraction. That's pretty bad. So we set him up with this gem of a gal who's as nice as Marsha Brady and more forgiving of her man than our very own First Lady. So let's give some props to Marcel Kroll. Hi, Marcel. How you doing? Take a breath there, Samantha. We compared her to Marsha Brady. Who do you compare her to?
Skanky Spice.
Well, she got money.
Now, Marcel, I understand that you met Bela in a hotel or restaurant. Is that right? Any problems getting there?
He gave bunk directions. I mean, the name of the street did not even exist. I don't know where he thought he was going, but it was terrible. But I got there. It was okay.
So, Bela, she finally gets her. Could you spot her right away?
Yeah, she was the only black woman coming to the restaurant, so I knew immediately that was her.
Hard to miss. And what'd you think?
Well, when she was walking towards me, she looked like a caramel popsicle. I just couldn't wait to get my lips around her.
Caramel popsicle? Your lips around her.
That's right.
And Marcel, what did you like about Bela?
He had the sexiest head. He just looked so cute. His head is just so sexy.
That's my head.
So sexy.
So, first stop on the date, Marcel, tell us about that. Where was that?
Well, we went to the beach, and I had a nice little picnic lunch, and it had grapes and cheese and crackers, and we laid a blanket out. It was really romantic.
Sounds very romantic. And Marcel, did he appreciate it? Could you tell he was getting into it?
No, the first thing he asked was, where's the hamburgers? Where's the hot dogs? I thought it was gonna be like real food, but
that's right, because I cook real food for my
but Bela, you were gonna have like a barbecue.
Actually...
So, Marcel, did he finally loosen up and start to enjoy himself?
Finally he loosened up, and it was really sweet.
So that was good then. Now, Bela, what is it? You spoiled by Samantha? She usually making your lunch or what?
She does cook for me, but sometimes it ain't all that good, and I have to kind of act like it's kind of good.
So what do you make it? You eat it and pretend it's like it's really good?
Yeah, you know, I do really.
I thought you liked my cooking.
Well, baby, sometimes.
But you don't ever cook, so that's okay.
Now, Bela, let me go back to the beach with you and Marcel. What about some romantic moments? You're in the nice setting.
Yeah, she offered to rub some suntan lotion on my head, and I couldn't refuse.
Of course.
You let her touch your head, Bela?
And she rubbed it all on my shoulders. It really kind of turned me on there, Chris.
She's starting to move around a little bit.
So you like the bony ones to touch you,
Now,
right?
Samantha, I mean, she's just trying to protect his head from the sun.
She's just looking out for my safety.
He liked it.
She's not buying any of it.
No.
So, Marcel, while you're lubing up his head, was he, whispering sweet nothings or anything?
Yes, he did tell me that if he did have a change of heart, I would be the one he would change his heart for. And he kept on telling me, you are real sweet, girl. You are real sweet.
Is she real sweet?
Tells me that all the time.
Now, Marcel, before we leave the surf and sand, anything at the beach that turned you off, though?
Well, okay, we were kind of playing with each other's toes in the sand, and, Samantha's right. His toes are very crusty. They're like knives, They're all jagged, they're all funky, but, it was okay.
And Samantha, you'd confirm that?
Oh, yeah, we'll be chilling at the house, and I'll hear this little click, click, clicking sound, and I'll look down, and it's Bela's uncut toenails rubbing together, clicking together. It is so nasty. Ugh.
All right. Now, on that appetizing note, let's move along to dinner on the date. I understand that he's a little bit on the cheap side, Marcel. What about when you were out with him?
The first thing that happened when we walked into the restaurant, he was like, "How much is it in here?" I was so embarrassed. Everybody heard
I
you.
work hard for my money.
Yeah, not the best move. Now, what about making up for that? Did he do anything to...
Yes, he bought a rose for me, and he had the banjo players
Hey.
come over and sing for me, and we held hands across the table. It was really romantic.
And Samantha, you get roses and banjo players or anything like that?
Well, on occasions I'll get roses. Yes, on occasions, but not on the
deserve
first
'em.
date.
So, Bela, let me get a response from you. What do you think was on Marcel's mind while you guys were having dinner?
She looked like she wanted to eat me up, Chris.
Oh, yeah?
Girl, from across the table, she had these refried beans, and she kept dipping them to this sour cream and just suck them into her mouth and just pretending they were me.
You're quite interpretive there, Bela.
Hey.
Marcel, what about after dinner dancing or anything like that?
We went to the club, and let me tell you, Chris, he has no dance moves at all. He knows one move, and he was not on beat. It was ugly.
It was doing the
ugly.
Bela again, see?
But it was cute. It was kind of cute.
Now, Bela, what about Marcel being like jealous type or anything like that?
No,
Any signs?
actually, she understood. When I'm looking at a woman, I'm looking at a sculpture. You know, I'm looking at beauty. I'm looking at walking beauty.
You're staring at
I'm looking at art.
You don't
I'm looking at art.
You're looking at breast.
So, Marcel, what about any more dancing after you guys left the club?
Well, actually, we parked on top of a hill, and a slow song came on, and he said, "Can I have this dance, princess?" And it was so cute.
You called
and
her a
slow
princess?
dance. Yes, he called me princess.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
And it was
We're
so
like a
cute.
peasant.
It was so cute. Don't be jealous.
Bela, sum up your date, sum up the night.
Well, you know, Marcel, she made me feel real warm inside. You know, she took care of me. When we was up dancing and stuff, she held me kind of tight.
Hands, girl.
So you were liking that then? All right, easy there.
What are you doing?
So it was a little different experience for you. All right, now hang on, because coming up next, we're going to find out how Samantha ended up in a cage on her date. Stay tuned. Bela's date with Marcel. Now it is Samantha's turn. Now, she says Bela's cheap, insensitive, and an embarrassment on the dance floor. So we set her up with a hunk of burning love who says money is no object, sensitivity is his middle name, and when it comes to dancing, he knows how to get jiggy with the best of them. So give it up for James Newton III. James, how you doing? Good to see you. Bela, what do you think? Does James look like he has all the right moves?
You look like a wannabe Will Smith or something.
All right, little man. It's cool, little man.
Samantha, you were talking to James on the phone. Did you get excited about your chance to meet him finally?
Actually, he sounded kind of like a dork on the phone.
Oh, he was coming off dorky.
He had this little dorky voice, and he didn't sound too enthused to talk to me, so I was kind of shaky on it.
Now, what was your opinion once you got face to face with him?
Oh, totally different. He is fine. There's nothing I didn't like about him. His smile.
Now, Bela, keep your hands on this side of the couch.
Man,
It's all right. You were doing a little touching earlier.
Don't be worried.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
So, Samantha, obviously, once you met him, you changed your opinion, and you were happy with the way he looked. Okay.
Definitely.
Now, physically,
About the only
compare James to Bela. Physically.
Well, Bela's a little bit scrawny and short, so I can't even wear heels when we go out. So it was a plus to go out with someone that's
great
6'4".
cloud over there.
Now, James, let me go to you, because I understand you had like a welcoming committee when you got to Samantha.
Yeah. We got to the door basically, and it was like her mom was at the door, and there was like 4 or 5 other women in there, we like taking pictures and whatnot. I felt like I was in prom.
They just wanted to check him out and see if he
Felt
was,
like I was in
you know,
prom, so it was cool. Yeah, it was real cool.
And Samantha, what did Mom think about James?
She told me, "Ooh, girl, he's fine."
She was like all about that. And James, were you happy with your sort of prom date here?
Oh man, she was like the sexiest thing. I'm so serious, and I don't understand why little man
Too
over there
bad she
wasn't
coming
satisfied
home
with
with
me.
me.
Don't worry about it. Little man's just a little
You know what I'm
jealous.
saying?
Now, James, earlier Bela was talking about her backside maybe being a little bit too big or whatever. How do you like her shape?
What's
He
wrong?
probably didn't
What's
look
wrong?
at it. He's probably...
What's wrong with this guy? I don't understand. She's like has
wrong
the
with you?
perfect body. The
So you like the
perfect
whole
body.
package?
Yes, very sexy, very nice.
So, James, who made the plans for the date? You or Samantha?
Actually, her mom made the plan.
Oh, really?
work every day. It was kind of.
Yeah, her mom made the
hard.
plans, and she kind of gave us like wrong directions and whatnot.
Thanks, Mom.
And we had directions to a restaurant, and we were like, she gave us wrong directions.
So Samantha, when you
like
were starting to hang out with James for a little while, anything that you learned about him that you liked?
Well, James goes to school and he's studying to be a litigator, and it's like I want Bela to better himself and go to school, but he never finishes anything. So it was a plus.
So you were impressed by that?
Yeah, I was very much impressed.
Samantha, what about dinner? What about that experience? Different than when you were having dinner with Bela?
Much different. James has perfect table manners, unlike Bela, who chomps and smacks
That's because I'm a
at
real
the table.
man.
And
I'm a
doesn't
man, I ain't
believe in
soft.
using
You know
a
what I'm
napkin,
saying?
believes in using his hand.
what I'm
And it's a
saying?
complete slob.
Now, wait a minute, Marcel, you had dinner with this guy. Was he like that?
Well, I have to kind of agree with her. I mean, she had sour cream like all on his chin for like 5 minutes.
You the one had the sour cream on your lip. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let me go
Right.
back to the date. James, I understand you guys went dancing. Did you have to wait online to get into place?
Yeah, we waiting in line or whatnot, and it was like really cold. So, you know, she having her nice body, I had to cuddle up against her, and she leaned her head against my chest and my head against her shoulder.
Wait
So it
a
was really
minute.
cool,
You're
you know?
6'4". I leaned on you, baby.
I think we got the picture.
Oh, why you calling him baby?
Now, Samantha.
You called her a
It's all right.
princess,
It's all right.
so baby.
So that's fair. Now, Samantha, let me go out to the dance floor. You and James out there. How's that? How was his dancing compared to Bela's? Because we saw that.
Oh, James can dance. He can
He
dance.
got the moves.
He has the moves, definitely, compared to Bela, who has one move. But he has a lot of moves.
Hey,
All
you know what
night
I'm saying?
we
All I
danced.
need is one.
We danced all night.
saying?
We danced all night, and we got closer and closer as the night went on, and I was rubbing on his chest
wasn't
when we
rubbing.
were dancing.
Easy, Bela. James, I understand she got a little wild. Is that right? Tell us about that.
Man, Chris, she decided to go up like in this cage, and like she got wild up there. She's like,
Cage dancing.
yeah, she had like the moves of a stripper, but it was like really sexy though. Real sexy, Chris. Real sexy. Real sexy.
Now,
I like
James,
it.
what about you're hanging out with Samantha that whole time? You think she had her mind on Bela at all?
Hey, this guy was like non-existent the
Yeah,
whole
right.
night.
Yeah,
The
right.
whole night.
Hey,
The whole night.
I'm in her mind
The
all the
whole
time.
night.
You know
We
what
were
I'm
like
saying?
holding hands.
I'm always in her
My
mind.
hands are around her
She
waist.
thinking about me now. She always
we were like boyfriend and girlfriend the whole night.
You ain't saying thought about you.
So, Samantha, your date's winding down. Any good night nookie? What was going on there afterwards?
No
Well,
what?
afterwards, we came back to my house, and I invited him in.
For what?
And
For what? Send it to
my mom was up, so she was just being nosy. So I was hoping to get a little kiss on the cheek, but it didn't happen.
That didn't even happen?
No.
James, not even a kiss on the cheek?
He
Wait,
right.
Hey, hey.
Look at him, man.
Chris, I chickened out, man.
Look
I'm
at him.
sorry. I chickened out.
Now, Bela, I understand that you actually have something to say about Samantha's kissing technique.
Yeah, well, when I first met her, she couldn't kiss. Ever
Oh,
since then, I
please.
taught her everything she knew about
I
kissing.
taught you everything you know.
So you showed her how to put the move on, I guess.
Hey.
All right, coming up, will this couple stay together or are they headed for a change of heart? We're going to find out next. With Bela and Samantha, and they're here today because they're stuck on the staircase of love. Next step up, that's moving in together. Next step down, that's moving on out. So let's see which direction they're going. Bela, we're going to start with you. Obviously, you care a lot about Samantha, thinking about moving in and taking that big step.
Marcel, cool too.
Yeah, you went out with Marcel. You had a really nice date with her and a good time. What's your decision?
Well, Marcel, I told you if anybody could change my heart, it would be you. But my heart is going to stay with Samantha. I'm going to stay together.
Stay together. Okay, Marcel, sorry things didn't work out for you. Now, Samantha, Bela wants to stay. We're going to get your decision now. You guys, you went out with James. You had a lot of things that you liked about him. You had like that prom thing going on there when you met, and Mom liked him. But it is your decision. What do you say?
Well, even though I get jealous at times, I learned today that me and Bela can really trust each other, so I'm gonna stay together.
So she says stay together. All right, James, sorry things didn't work out for you. Well, Samantha, Bela, hopefully by coming on the show, you understand that some of those problems that you did have, you can overcome, and maybe the moving on in thing is going to work out for the two of you. Good luck if you decide to take that big step. That is our show for today. Thanks to Marcel and James, and good luck to Samantha and Bela, and we'll see you next time on Change of Heart.